First of all, we're excited to be here. To my right, to my right is Riley Arnone, a senior. To my left, Mitch Spires, senior shortstop. Both are two of our captains, so they're joining me today. I guess first off is that we're really excited about the season. We have a lot of expectations, and I think that's the exciting part. And I think it's all based on what we have coming back, at least on paper from last year. These two guys in particular, they performed very well last year, and I think that's where we're getting based on the expectations of this coming season. We're embracing the expectations. That's what we want to do as a team, but we also know we're going to have a target on our back, but we also know we have to make it happen. Just because we have all these expectations going into the season doesn't automatically mean those expectations are going to come to fruition. So we got to make it happen, and that's one thing that we've been talking about in practice every single day is how our focus is. Because if we are focused every single day, every single game, I think we're going to end up having a pretty good season at the end of the year. So that's the exciting part about it. I really like the culture of the program, where it's at. These two guys, to some extent, had a lot to do with it. They've been here 3 years. They've made significant contributions to the programs, both on and off the field. And I give a lot of credit to the culture of the program, especially the last 3 to 4 years, is because of their recruiting class and what they have done. So I'm excited about that. We're starting our day number 4 today. First 3 days of practice was good, but I think we're coming off our best day of practice of the whole year yesterday. We had some rain on Sunday, so we couldn't get out on the field on Sunday, but yesterday was a phenomenal practice. I thought the focus, the energy level, the concentration, everything that we talk about on a day-to-day basis were on point for a Monday afternoon.
You guys have a ton of experience coming back, like you mentioned. What's the value of that, especially early on in the season?
Yeah. Well, I think experience is something that you can't replace. You just look at the team. We got 7 out of 9 starters coming back, and then you add Scout McFalls, that was a freshman, had 100 at-bats just on the position player side. From a pitching standpoint, we're returning 29 of our 34 wins. I think 8 out of our 9 pitchers are coming back. Top 5 or 6 guys on a stat sheet are coming back. So I think that's what that's going to give us. It gives us experience. We have a lot of guys that have a lot of Division I innings under their belt. Both these guys have been playing since their freshman year, and I think that's going to pay big dividends throughout the season. As you know, in baseball, baseball's a long season. You're going to have adversity. You're going to have ups and downs, and how you deal with those adversities. We've been in those situations before. You just look, our first 5 to 6 games, we play Ole Miss 3 times. You got South Carolina, you got Clemson. So you got some Power 5 schools in that top 6 games that we're playing. So it's going to test us right away, but I did that on purpose. You know, we scheduled that on purpose to kind of see where we were going to be as a team. If we're going to be where we want to be, we're going to have to play those types of teams. So I think that's the key. But back to your original question, I mean, experience is everything. And I think that's one of the reasons why the expectations are so high, is that we have so many guys returning.
How do you see the season? Like, what excites you about it? And kind of talk about what you feel where the spirits have been for the first 4 or 5 days of practice.
I think we've done a really good job at keeping our focus these first 4 days. Going back on the experience thing, I think that's going to play a long way, just because a lot of these guys, we know what it felt like last year to lose, and that goes along with our unfinished business type thing, where we just know how it feels, and we don't want that to happen again. So we've come out these first 4 days with a higher level of focus, and just focusing on the task at hand each day.
Coach, can you respond to and kind of explain the whole theme of the unfinished business?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. I think it almost came up as soon as we lost that last game of the conference tournament. I think you start reflecting back. We do a lot of reflection. We have a mental skills coach that we talk a lot about is reflection. Every day, every practice, every game. Then at the end of the season, we did a lot of reflection. And as soon as that last game was over in the conference tournament, I think you sat back and said, okay, we had a pretty good season. Won 34 ball games. We won a conference championship, but at the end of the day, we did not reach our final goal. And one of our final goals is to get to the postseason, get in the NCAA tournament, and see how far you can go. And I think the taste in our mouth after that last loss was not good, and we just came up with it right away, unfinished business. As soon as we got back in the locker room, we had a post-team meeting. I think that was starting to be said. I think our mind switched right to this coming up season as we lost because, we weren't satisfied. And again, it goes back to these guys and the seniors that we have on the class is that we were not satisfied. We still have some unfinished business to take care of because we still got a long way to go in this program. And we keep on taking steps. And I think we've been taking, steps every year in this program, but we still have a few more steps to go, and we got some unfinished business. So I thought it really fit this year's theme.
It's the same question. Just kind of what your expectations are for the season and how you feel the first 4 or 5 days of practice are going.
Yeah, I guess kind of when you're younger, earlier in your career, you're just kind of happy to be here, happy to play the D1 level. It's kind of your dream. But now we're kind of getting used to that, and I guess we're raising our focus because we expect to win now, and it's not just about playing. We're at the point in our careers where we want to do something bigger than just be playing here. We want to win. We want to get rings. We want to go to regionals, go to super regionals. We want to do stuff that hasn't been done here. So, yeah, the focus has been raised. The effort's been raised. The hard work's been raised. So we got a group of guys that are prepared to do things that we haven't done in our careers.
Just talk about, you said both of them are team captains. Just kind of talk about your role as captain. How do you see, fitting in?
Yeah, you always hear growing up, lead through example, but I'm kind of learning that to be a captain, you need to kind of be a voice of the team too, and it's not just about actions, it's about action and voice. So I'm trying to lead a little bit more through talking with younger guys, through talking even with older guys, but just use my voice and not just my abilities to lead and something like that.
Yeah, I think it goes back to just those younger guys. We've been in those shoes too, coming in as freshmen, not really know what to expect and everything. Just he said not necessarily lead by example, but yeah, on the field, just showing them what to do, how to do it, the way things are done here. It just kind of relates back to the culture. We've been here 3 years, going on 4 now. We kind of know what TR expects from everybody, so if we lead by example, everybody else usually follows.
Last question. Coach, you talk about the schedule a little bit. It's easy to get guys excited to play Ole Miss and Clemson and South Carolina. The guys are pretty excited to play those games. How do you keep them motivated to play Maryland, Eastern Shore, Longwood, Presbyterian? Not to take anything away from those teams, but teams they haven't necessarily heard of before. How do you convince them those games are equally as important as Ole Miss, Clemson, and South Carolina?
I think that's a great question because we've addressed that. We've addressed that because I think, as we mentioned, one of our goals is to get to a postseason. We got to put ourselves in the best position we can to get to postseason. And I think with our conference, we're at a point in our conference that you may be able to get an at-large bid. So now those midweek games are just as important as Ole Miss, as Clemson, as South Carolina, as the conference games. And that's why where the focus factor comes in. And we talk about it. We have to be focused every single midweek game, no matter who we're playing, because every win matters. You're trying to build your resume so much to the point where at the end of the year, if we do get that loss in the conference tournament, that we don't play our best at that point in time, we've done enough, our resume enough for the length of the season, that we're still going to have a chance to put ourselves in a position to get into an NCAA regional. And that's, we've talked about that from day one, as that's why you've heard these guys talk about focus already. All three of us have talked about focus, and that's where that comes in. That's where the motivation comes in. I'll be honest with you, it comes with the team chemistry. One of the things that we talk about our team chemistry is trust. You got to have trust in these guys. And that's what I tell these guys, that I know that they're going to prepare themselves to put themselves in the best position to be successful on that midweek, on that Tuesday, on that Wednesday. And at some point in time, it's almost like you're at peace with them, that you know when you come to the ballpark that you trust them, that they're going to prepare themselves, so we're not going to have the letdown. Now, is there going to be a letdown? Yeah. And that's why there's some adversity in baseball. And we saw it last year with the Citadel game. We had a really bad loss, but how we bounced back. And I think that all comes into how they motivate themselves and how I motivate themselves to be ready on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays and Wednesdays midweek.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.